Okay, I'll stop messing with it now. Hello! This is video 1, day 3, because we did 1 and 2 on a stream that'll be in the playlist before this one, probably. That music is a bit loud. Let's turn it down a tiny bit. This needs to be background, not in the foreground. And we're going to be doing the tasks as we've always done through the years, at least try to, with the best tools we can in the accessibility that we have available to us. Now, one thing I noticed right away when I started these video preparations today is, one, I pressed stream instead of record, so there was a couple of minutes of me just mumbling to myself, setting everything up. So, if you caught that, good job. I also noticed that the ARIA Live that I was complaining about during the stream appears to not be present currently, but I think I know why that is. Two options. Either one, someone is watching these streams, which I doubt, or what's going on is we see the first 7 rooms and they are all listed at the same time. It's Sunday today. It's actually 1 in the morning on Sunday. And what I'm thinking is happening is that they only show 7 at a time, and right now we've done them all, so none of them are set to open on the page currently. So that is probably why that's happening. We'll know more tomorrow. No idea how many videos I'm gonna knock out today. It's 1 in the morning, and yeah, I'll have to see. For now though, let's start with the Splunk task. I'll quickly open it. And here we are. I'll turn the music off and I'll start reading the important bits. See if there's no pop-ups or anything on the screen. Looks like there isn't. I'm going to refresh reflexively because I've noticed that if I don't do that, the alt texts don't show up for some reason, even if they are there, which is not fair to the creators because they did try to put them in, I suppose. So I should make sure that I read them or at least acknowledge them when they do work, because, I do moan a lot about accessibility not being there, but I would be a bit of a, a sour puss, as it were, if I did not include when they actually do exist. The only tricky with that is that for some reason, when I try to refresh these pages, it takes a god-awful amount of time. I don't know why this is. My cat is running around outside. Outside this room, that is. The door is open, so we can hear that. All right. The thing has reloaded. The cat just walked in the room. We are good to start. Let's see. The first task, well, the third task, really, but they have split it into rooms, so now the rooms are the days. And this one is called Splunk Basics Did You SIEM. Not sure if that's supposed to be a reference to RSVP. But the subtitle is Learn to Ingest and Parse Custom Log Data Using Splunk. Splunk. The cat has just jumped on the desk. I hope this is good for you. Okay. Room progress 0%. That sounds about right. Let's go. There's a video, of course. The Mad Hat seems to have done the walkthrough for this one. I'll do my own, thank you very much. Oh, the machine is still running from when I was experimenting and is probably about to not be there anymore soon. So we already have an IP. Let me see if I can extend, because it's going to expire in 20 minutes. So we're going to need a little bit more than that time. Add 1 hour. Perfect. Let's go. Introduction. The story. Task banner for day 3. It's almost Christmas in Wareville, and the team of the Best Festival Company, TBFC, is busy preparing for the big celebration. Everything is running smoothly until the SOC dashboard flashes red. A ransom message suddenly appears. Image of dashboard with alert screen. We don't get to see the message. It looks like it's someone who wants 1,000 HopSec coins for McSkitty, or Sockmess ends tonight. The message is not in the alt text. I had to OCR that. A bit of a disappointing continuation from the first few tasks, where the alt text was very well done. Like, if you're going to make a picture of text, take a picture of text rather, you're going to want to make sure you add that text in the alt text. That has not been done in this case. Let's continue. The message comes from King Melhair, the jealous ruler of HopSec Island, who is tired of Easter being forgotten. He sent his bandit bunnies to attack TBFC's systems and turn Christmas into his new holiday, Eastmas. With McSkitty missing and the network under attack, the TBFC SOC team will utilize Splunk to determine how the ransomware infiltrated the system and prevent King Melhair's plan from being compromised before Christmas. What? And prevent King Melhair's plan from being compromised before Christmas. I don't think that sentence is sentencing. I don't think that's what you're saying, what you're trying to say here, but cool. Learning objectives. Ingest and interpret custom log data in Splunk. Create and apply custom field extractions. Use search processing language SPL to filter and refine search results. Conduct an investigation within Splunk to uncover key insights. Blah blah. That's it. Connecting to the machine. Before moving forward, review the questions in the connection card below. Alt text connection card. Again, that's not a very good alt text. Start your VM by clicking the Start Machine button below. The machine will need about 2 to 3 minutes to fully boot. Once the machine is up and running, you can connect to the Splunk SIEM by visiting 1081.179.203.reverse-proxy.cell-broad-eu-west-1b.vm.tryhackme.com in your browser. I will say those definitely have gotten a bit longer, those URLs. Used to be just the IP, but now we do a whole reverse proxy to make this happen. Okay. Note, if you get a 502 error when accessing the link, please give the Splunk instance more time to fully boot up. Is it loading? Yes. Okay. We are on the right place. Where are we? What are we looking at right now? Nothing. Okay, good. No app is open. Is there? No. We're just on the home page. Very good. Okay. Your virtual environment has been set up. All machines' details can be found at the top of the page. Okay. Yeah, so the machine is on. We are good. I successfully have access to the Splunk instance. Okay, I seem to have forgotten to reroute Chrome to the right place. Let me super quickly do that so we get those satisfying glings when we get a question right. That is very important. It also actually is helpful for me to have that in the right place, because if we don't have it in the right place, what happens is I won't know when they auto do anything, which is a thing they do now, apparently. There, all done. Task 2, and also the last one, log analysis with Splunk. Exploring the logs. In the Splunk instance, the data has been pre-ingested for us to investigate the incident. On the Splunk interface, click on Search and Reporting. Okay, let's do that. Search and Reporting, yeah, that's this one. The screen reader is not currently audible because I'm reading all the text anyway, and there's not really anything interesting happening screen reader-wise just yet. That will come up in a second, don't worry. We'll make sure that when something screen reader-y is happening that's actually relevant, we will show it to indicate the issues. And this is going to be a thing throughout these videos, so here we go. Click on Search and Explore on the left panel as shown below. Okay, there's an image that says the Splunk interface highlighting the Search and Reporting tab. Okay. Yeah, for screen reader users, those are just links in the apps, under the apps heading. So they're a little bit interesting to find, but they're not that hard. On the next page, type index equals main in the search bar to show all ingested logs. This is where the fun begins. Let's go.
Speech mode talk.
Shiro's back on the desk. Marcat. Now, if I type a few letters in this,
selection removed.
It'll be echoed.
Selected.
And I think it's doing that because if you use the left and right arrow keys in this particular place, the screen reader is going to echo blank. The Splunk editor for search results, it looks like it's maybe is an old version of CodeMirror. That's at least the only editor. What's that? Editor that I've seen that does this, and it's particularly old. So I do hope they swap that out. I do believe Splunk has been making some progress on the accessibility of Splunk. I don't know if they have, but I do see some nods to like screen reader specific things sometimes. So someone over there is trying. This editor needs to go. Whoever is doing that, this editor needs to go. Because I cannot verify what I just typed. I have to listen to it the one time. And then if I didn't catch it, I essentially have to type in a letter and then hope it's better. But This is not great. What is pretty good, actually, though,
in-
is
in-
what happens
index.
when you do actually do a
Index.
search.
Index equals main.
So I will do index equals main, like they tell us to. Press Control Enter because
Main.
why not? That puts a line in. Okay.
Index equals by. Index equals main.
Control Enter does nothing. You have to press Enter normally. That's a little confusing as well because a screen reader indicates that this is a multi-line text edit field. So I thought you had to press search, but pressing Enter apparently submits. So let's do that.
N. Running. Complete check 0 events. 07/12/2025 0 o'clock 00.000/12/.
Okay, well we've made a mistake. Well, we've not made a mistake. I did not read the next step yet.
Out of edit. Clickable main landmark
We're
1.
actually supposed
Clickable
to
index equals
change the time frame for this. So right now we're looking in just
Blank. Clickable same page link last 24 hours.
Yeah, last 24 hours. It tells us in the text to set that to all time.
Expanded.
Technically, there is no such thing. What they've done with these is they've preceded the preset names with their category for us. So if you go down these,
Button expanded presets. Clickable list with 7 items real time. Same page link real time 30-second window.
so you got real time 30
Same page
seconds,
link, real time,
real
1
time
minute
30
window.
seconds, real time a minute.
Same
If you go
page
further
link out of list with
down,
11 items relative. Same page link relative today. Same
they
page
are
link relative. Recent.
preceded by relative. What we want is actually other, and there's an old time setting in there.
Same page out of list with 6 items. Same page link relative last 50. Same page out of list with 2 items other. Same page link other all time.
And that's the one we want. Let's press that.
Search Splunk 8.2.6 document. Running. Complete check 18,744 events before 0.
It says 18,744 events were found. That's quite a lot of events. We don't have to go through them manually, thankfully, but that's good to know. Yeah, so it says no to we need to select all time as a time frame from the drop down on the right of the search bar. That's not a drop down for us. It's a collapsed button. So be aware of that. It's a different role. There's a alt text that says Splunk search head interface showing the index equals main results. Yeah, okay. After running the query, we will be presented with the 2 separate datasets that have been pre-ingested into Splunk. We can verify this by clicking on the source type field in the fields list on the left of the page. Now let's have a look at that.
Speech mode talk. Clickable selected fields heading level 5.
That'll be this one.
Interesting fields
And I
heading.
happen to know it's on the bottom, so let's go up from the interesting fields heading that follows it. Heading level is interesting here, by the way. They're using a heading level 5.
No previous heading
And there
level
is
4.
no 4,
No previous heading at level
no
3.
3,
No previous heading at level
no 2,
Search heading level 1.
and there's 1 5. There's 1 1.
Clickable selected
So they're
fields.
doing a 3-level heading skippage here. That's an accessibility no. It's not a WCAG violation per se, but it is very annoying. So don't do that if you can help it.
List with 3 items. Same page link string field host with 1.
Let's do it again.
Interesting fields heading.
So they tell us
List
to
with
look
three.
at the source type field. Now, if I were to do that,
Clickable close same page link. Link screen reader use banner landmark link Splunk logo link screen reader use.
something interesting happens because right now we actually have a little modal, at least sort of a half, like a semi-modal come up on the page, which has the results of what we just clicked. So it's like a table with a couple of things, how many times they're in there, but sometimes it focuses on that properly, and a lot of the times it doesn't. In this particular case, it doesn't.
Clickable table with 3 rows and 4.
But it's at the bottom of the page. If you do Control End and then Shift
Row and
comma
column.
to go to the top of the table in NVDA, this is different in VoiceOver and JAWS.
Out of table visit.
Then you sort of end up at the top of the table of the actual result. So if we now look
Table.
at the first column in this table, Control Alt Down arrow on the first column,
Row 2 visited same page
we
link.
see that we have web underscore traffic and firewall underscore logs. Escape
landmark click.
closes this again, and we'll go back
Out
to
of
the
head.
search
Banner
field.
landmark. Main landmark click. Try. Speech mode off.
So yes, there are indeed 2 of them. We get an image, Splunk interface pointing to source type field results. Again, it is a helpful thing to indicate what results those are in this case. This is a good alt text, but not a great one. The 2 datasets are as follows. Web traffic. This data source contains events related to web connections to and from the web server, and firewall underscore logs. This data source contains the firewall logs showing the traffic allowed or blocked. The local IP assigned to the web server is 10.10.1.15. Let's explore the logs and investigate the attack on our servers to identify the culprit. Initial stage. Start a basic search across the index using your custom source type, web traffic, using the following query: surge query, index equals main. Now this is where I had some trouble. I'm not sure if it's me doing something wrong or if it's just me reading too literally.
Speech mode talk. Running. Complete check 0 events before 0/12.
If we run that query exactly as is, so search space query : index equals main, we get 0 results back. And I did some looking into this, and it looks like search is always implied. And query doesn't seem to be necessary either, because it does seem to make the number smaller, as it were, if we do that index equals main, source type equals traffic without the search query colon. So I'm wondering if that bit's necessary, and I'm not sure why. If it is necessary, it's not working for me. So let's just assume for the moment that I'm correct. Sometimes I am, and that you can leave that bit off. Index equals main, source type equals web underscore traffic.
Running. Complete check 17,000.
Now we have 17,172 results. Let's keep going. Splunk interface explaining the search head features like timestamp, fields, event details. Yeah, let's break down our result for a better understanding. 1. Search query. This query retrieves all elements of main index that were tagged with the custom source type web traffic. This marks the beginning of the investigation. 2. Time range. The time range is currently set to all time. In security analysis, the range would be tightened, for example, the spike window after initial data loading. Timeline. The visual histogram this visual histogram shows the distribution of the 17,172 events over time. So that number matches up. I think we're doing it right so far. The graph indicates the successful daily log volume followed by a distinctive traffic spike, a period of high activity, likely the attack window. 4. Selected fields. These are the fields currently chosen to be displayed in the summary columns of the event list: host, source, source type. They represent basic metadata about the log file itself. 5. Interesting fields. This pane lists all fields that Splunk has automatically extracted on manually added. Fields prefixed with a number sign, for example, number sign date underscore hour, are automatically generated by Splunk's time commands. The presence of user agent, path, and client IP confirms the successful parsing of the weblog structure. 7. Event details and field extraction. This section shows the parsed details of a single event with extracted fields like user agent, path, status, client IP, and more. Now that we have an understanding of the Splunk layout and how to read the logs in Splunk, let's continue our analysis of the log, visualizing the log's timeline. Obviously, I'm going to check out here because I don't really see anything, but sure. Let's chart the total event counts over time, group by day, to determine the number of events captured per day. This will help us in identifying the day that received an above number of logs. Search query, index equals main, source type equals web traffic, bar, time chart, span equals 1 day count. Okay, so this is why the way it has been done so far. So that is the just echoing what we're typing and not letting us check our stuff. This is where that starts getting a little bit annoying, because I have to remember what I typed and what I haven't typed yet, which I can do, but it's a little annoying. I have speech off, by the way, so it doesn't keep yammering at us right now. I will turn it back on in a moment. I just want to make sure that we have this all typed in. Where did it go? Yeah, I need to remember that it doesn't work like this now. Index equals main, we got that. Yeah, we got that. Bar. Okay. Bar, time chart, span equals 1D. What's the last bit? Oh, that's food. Let's see. Time chart, span equals 1D, count. Okay. Count.
Parsing job.
Parsing job. Are we going to get an alert that it's finished?
Out of edit, clickable 1, 2. Clickable index equals main, source type equals web traffic. Simicard span equals 1D QT.
Just checking if everything is okay.
Blank. Clickable collapsed visited same visited link search button. Clickable for example. Max error in Timicard command. The specifier coup is invalid. It must be informed less fun greater.
Okay, so we have a typo. All right.
Clickable search edit multi. Blank. Index equals main source type equals. Index equals main source type equals web traffic Timicard span equals 1D co. Index equals main source type equals web traffic timic art span equals 1D count. Parsing job. Running. Complete check 17,172.
So we did not get any alert about an error being performed. We had to check that ourselves. I don't think there's much to see here because, like I said, we cannot read charts. But let's see if there's anything. Did they make some kind of chart that we can read? There's high charts, for example, that does some accessible-ish charts. Let's see.
Same page link count up down arrow. Row 2 count up down arrow column 2 590 time up down arrow column 1 2025-10-01. Edge of table 20 count up down arrow edge of table 5 time up down arrow row 1 same page link time up down arrow. No next heading. No next graphic. No next heading. Bottom row 21 count up down out of table blank table with 21 rows and 2 columns.
No, I just see the table. Okay, so we see
Row
a
25
table.
row 1 same page link same
and we
page
see
edge of
per
table
day
same page.
how many counts of something, of events, I
Speech
guess,
off.
we have. Again, this is not super helpful for people who can't see the screen, but now you've seen it. The above results are now showing the event logs captured per day. This could be interesting, as we can see some days getting a high volume of logs. We can also click on the Visualization tab to examine the graph for better representation as shown below. Let's actually look at that. Visualization, here. Here it is. And yes, we do have a whole entire thing here. I don't think it's accessible.
Column chart link same page select with format visualization trellis link same page table row 5 time column 1 2025-10-0.
No, it looks like we still have just a
column 2
table as
521.
well, though. So you
Row 3
can
479
see
row
that,
2
for
595 row 1 count row 2 row 5 500 row 6 4 row 7 4 row 8 row 9 row 10 496 row 11 2012.
On
Time column 1 2025
the 10th of October, there was a huge spike.
count edge of table 2012 row 12 1637 row 13 2267. Time
And
column edge of
another
table
one
2025-10-12.
12th of October. So somewhere in the week of October, there was some pretty serious stuff going on. Okay, and you can add reverse to this to show it in from the beginning. Okay. So yeah, you can tack on a reverse, and everything has a bar in between when one command ends and the next begins. Okay. There is a clear period of intense activity during which King Melchior launched his main attack phase. Yeah, I see that too. Anomaly detection. Now that we have examined the days with the abnormal logs, using the table and the graph, let's use the same search query to examine various fields to hunt the suspicious values. Let's not do that just yet. I want to see what the highest number is, because that might very well be
row 14 16 17 row 15 17 row 16 row 17 5 row 16 580 row 17 506 row 18 596.
We'll do this with Braille real quick, that way it goes faster. Okay, it looks like the highest date was October 12th. I'm curious. Let's copy this string, because I'm wondering if there's the food page again. Let's close the food thing. Let's have a look at the questions, because I think, okay, what is the attacker IP found attacking and compromising the web server? Okay, that's one. I'm sure we'll see that soon enough. Which day was the peak traffic in the logs? There it is. Year, month, day. Exactly the format that the thing wants as well. That's this one. 2025-10-12. This should be the right number. It is. Very cool. Okay, now let's continue what we were doing, because I just wanted to make sure that we got that one in before we lost it. Okay, oh, there's so much happening in this thing, damn. Okay, anomaly detection. Yeah, now that we have suspended the graph, let's use the... Okay, we need to go back to the events tab. Okay, let's do that. Events tab. Where's the events tab? There's the events tab. So again, these are not tabs. They are like lists of things. They have no landmark. They are just lists that you click right below the search bar somewhere. We're back in the events bar. We're good. Okay, let's see. User agent. Let's click on the user agent field in the left panel as shown below. It'll show us the details about the user agents captured so far. Upon closer examination, it becomes clear that apart from legitimate user agents like Mozilla's variants, we are receiving a large number of suspicious ones, which we'll need to investigate further. Excuse me. I'm not going to do that this particular case, just to hurry up. What you're going to see there is that SQL map, Havij, how do you pronounce that? Havij, and a couple of wget and curl commands are being used as well. So it works the exact way as the source type thing that we looked at earlier. Client IP. The second field we will examine is the client IP, which contains the IP addresses of the clients accessing the web server. We can immediately see one particular IP address standing out, where we will investigate further. Now that is more interesting because I did see a question about the client IP. So let's look for client IP on this page with MVDAF. It has 100 values. We're clicking it. Again, it's at the bottom of the page. We do the same thing we did for the other ones. The top 10 values, the topmost has a count of 7,876. If we go look at the counts for these other ones, it's 3. 3. 3. 3. So there are 3 and then 7,876. Something tells me, I could be wrong, but something tells me that 198.51.100.55 is our IP address. Let's copy that and paste it into the question, because that's the first question we get on the task here. Let's paste it in. Is it the correct IP? Yes, it is. Very good. Let's continue. Let's see actually what the next question is so we can look out for it. The next question is, what is the count of Havij user agents events found in the logs? We can probably just do that ourselves with the bit of SPL that we already know, can't we? Let's try that. Let's try it ourselves. Close this out. Go to the search field. I'm going to copy this into a different window so I can add to it and see what I'm doing. It says index equals main, source type equals web traffic, bar, time chart split, blah, blah, blah. If we remove the time chart bit, I'm doing that right now. And if I add, I leave the bar count, I leave that alone, but I'm adding an extra parameter. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. I thought something had crashed, but no. I'm adding an extra parameter, namely speech on here, so people can see what I'm doing. We're adding user agent equals HAVIJ. I think you can do partial matches, so let's see if that actually works in this case. Because then we can just answer this question right away, just have it done. That would be cool. So we copy paste this into this search field, delete that, put that in, press enter. Aha. We're missing one letter. Okay, that's great.
Index equals main source I. Clickable collapse visited same clickable missing normal form messages.conf stands over search factory unknown count. Clickable same page link for both field clickable.
Interesting.
Index equals main source type equals web traffic user agent equals average.
Let's remove the count bit.
Running complete check 0 events before 08 slash.
Nothing. Okay, so it does need to be a very specific thing. Let's stop freewheeling and see what they want us to do. Go back up here. I probably just was off by a few characters. It probably like there's some specific things that you need to do. Let's continue. Yeah, filtering out and okay. Yeah, fine. Anomaly detection. We're gonna have to work with copy paste here a bit more than I like to because of the way that the user the search thing fails. The search thing works, but yeah. Let's click on the user agent field. Yeah, we did that bit. Open upon closer examination. Yeah. Client IP, we did that too. Yeah. Path. The third field we will examine is path, which contains the URI being requested and accessed by the client IPs. The result shown below clearly indicates some attacks worth investigating. Well, we'll look into that as we get to it. Filtering out benign values. We know King Melhair's bunnies use scripts and tools, not standard browsers. Let's filter out all standard traffic. Let's exclude common legitimate user agents. The following query will remove legitimate user agents from the results and only show the suspicious ones, which we will further investigate. So it's index equals main. Source type equals web traffic. User underscore agent not equals star Mozilla star, and user agent not equals star Chrome star, and Safari. Excuse me for the silence. Something just started hissing in the other room. I was wondering what that was. But it's fine. Might have just been the rain. He said, hopefully. So let's copy this long string here. It's like all these things need to be removed. I'm still not adding the search query. For some reason that mucks it up for me, so we're not doing that bit.
Paste. Index equals main source type equals web.
But the mistake I made was that you have to put asterisks around the part of the keyword that you want to search for. I did not do that for Havage.
Parsing job. Running. Complete check 7,876.
So there's still like 7,876 things in here. We nixed like about half of the results by doing this. That's good. The output reveals interesting results. By clicking on the client IP field, we can see a single IP address being responsible for all the suspicious user agents. Let's note that down for further investigation and fill in the redacted portions of the upcoming queries with that IP. Okay, yeah, we'll have to do that. Narrowing down suspicious IPs. In the real-world scenarios, we often encounter various IP addresses constantly attempting an attack our servers. To narrow down the IP addresses that do not send requests from common desktop or mobile browsers, we can use the following query. Source type equals web traffic, user agent equals Mozilla, not equals Chrome, not equals Safari, not equals Firefox. Bar stats count by client IP, bar sort dash count, bar head 5. So essentially, take out all the browser things that we know aren't a problem, sort them, and then show them by the IP and how often, and then only show the first 5. The result confirms the top IP used by the bandit bunnies. In the search query, the dash in the sort dash count part will sort the result by count in reverse order. It's the same as using the reversed function. Let's pick this IP address and filter out to see what the footprints of the activities captured. Tracking the attack chain. Okay. We will now focus on the selected attacker IP to trace their steps chronologically, confirming the use of multiple tools and payloads. Don't forget to replace redacted with the IP we noted down previously. Reconnaissance footprinting. We will start searching for the initial probing of exposed configuration files using the query below. Source web traffic client IP is redacted and path in/env/php info/git bar table _ time path user agent status. Before I do that, I want to retry my attempt of doing our own little thing and seeing if we can get just the halvage results there. Okay, here is the query. Let's try this again because I think we can do it. I think we're smart enough. Don't you love all the little meal things that you keep seeing zip by? All right, let's go. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, we're missing the I. We're still missing the I because I copy-pasted from the same thing. Let's add an I, try it again. Huh? Oh yeah, count isn't a thing, that's right.
Index equals main source. Index equals main source type equals web traffic user agent equals star average star. Running. Complete check 993 events.
993 events with the Hadvig thing. So let's add that into the question. See if that's the correct number. Well, by golly it is. We're 57% through this room. Look at us go. What's the next question? How many path traversal attempts to access sensitive files on the server were observed? A 3-digit number. Is it also 993? Let's test. Aw, it was worth a try. Okay. So now I think we need to do the other thing that they were just telling us about. For that, we're going to need this IP. Let's make sure we have that handy here. Boop. Gonna put that in here so I have it. And now we're going to take the... Yeah, we have a couple more sections to go, but we're getting there. These always take so long because I have to read every word on the screen. Okay. I take this this query here, source type equals web traffic. And we're going to search for a bunch of, particularly different things. That one. Yeah, take all this. And what I'm copying is essentially just literally what's in the thing, on the screen, on the Try Hack Me screen, as it were. So I know that I'm not really saying what I'm copying, but it's just a long string that you can get verbatim from the site. So if you're doing it, you can just grab it yourself. Generally, if like a thing is entirely inaccessible, I will stick answers to questions in the video description. So far, it has not been necessary yet. It'll probably be necessary for day 6, as that's the first one where we have to do something within a specific machine that they did not give us a download option. So super shame about that one. But it's a malware analysis thing. I guess they just didn't feel comfortable sharing the file, even defanged. So that's unfortunate, but nothing we can really do about it. Yeah. So let me grab... Yeah, let's delete this. Let's delete this. Put this in here. And now we have a problem, because now we can't actually see what we're doing. I have to go put this in another document right now. Find the redacted bit, put the right IP in, and then we continue. So client IP is in quotes. Okay. So we remove the greater than redacted, less than redacted greater than. We put the correct IP, which I appear to have got lost track of. Is it still in here? No. Okay. I'll grab it off the page. It's fine. Here it is. And then we paste that in the actual thingy, between the quotes. So then it becomes source client IP equals 198.51.155. Copy that old stuff. Put it in the Splunk search bar like this, and we get this result.
Parsing job running. Complete check 1,444 events.
1,444. Let's have a look what it says. It says the result confirms the attacker used low-level tools, curl, wget, and was met with 400, 404, 403, or 401 status codes. Enumeration, vulnerability testing. Search for common path traversal and open redirect vulnerabilities. Source type is web traffic, client IP is redacted, and path equals // comma, or path equals /redirect/. Okay. We need that query for one of the questions that we have, actually, so let's go do that. We will paste it in my notepad. I will, again, add the IP. That's in this question. I should really use something like a clipboard history for these videos, but I don't. Okay, I have the full formed message, so we can put it in here.
Speech modes. Parsing job. Running. Complete check 1,291 events.
1,291. That's too many. Pretty sure we were also only supposed to find 3 digits. So let's try it. Pretty sure it's wrong, but let's try it. 1,291.
Speech mode talk.
Yeah, I can't even add that many. So
speech mode off.
this needs to still be pared down some, it looks like. What's the exact question? Let's see. How many path traversal attempts to access sensitive files on the server were observed? Yeah, 1291 is what my little thing says. So maybe we are missing something. Let's see. Let's continue seeing what it says and tells us to do. Yeah, okay. The output shows the resources the attacker is trying to access. Let's update the search query to get the count of the resources requested by the attacker. This search query is filtering on the paths that contain either ... slash or the term redirect in it, as shown below. This is done to look for footprints of path traversal attempts. So we need to update in the search query to escape the characters like ... Okay, so this whole thing. Source type is web traffic, client IP is redacted, and path equals, yeah, a couple of ... Cs. I think this might actually be what we need to see to look at. Quite interesting results. Reveals attempts to read system files, showing the attacker moved beyond simple scanning to active vulnerability testing. Okay. I think that is also the question we want to have the answer to. So let me run that query. Again, I have to do my same song and dance. I cannot just add this to the editor because it's not accessible. Not a try hack me problem, a Splunk problem. Doop. Okay, have to change the IP again. There you go. This might be a good test for me to actually edit these videos, because there's a bit of dead air where I'm doing that 3 times in a row. You probably don't need to see it every single time. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still learning how to do these best. Okay, we have the modified message. Let's do it.
Parsing job. Running. Complete check 1,291 events. Before 0
Still have 1,291 events. Did I do the wrong one? Let me look at my notes. No, that's the same ones. I don't know why we did this. It did not change anything, it looks like. But let's actually look at these results, because there might be, perhaps...
Column 2, same page, link, count up, down, arrow. Edge of table. Say column 1, same page, link, path up, down, arrow. Row 2 / redirect equals http / evil.site.
That should be
Row 3
fine.
/download file equals ... path. Count up, down, arrow, column 2, 658.
So there's 658 trying to get the password file. Is that the number they want, perhaps? 658. It is. There we go. Now we're getting places. Okay, very cool. So evil.site is fine. There's nothing else really happening. And we don't need these other 630 results that go to, like I said, evil.site. We just want to see the actual attempts at getting at files, like etc password, like we see here. Okay, very cool. We're getting places now. This is good. Okay, well, we have that one. What's the next question we have to solve? Next question is, examine the firewall logs. How many bytes were transferred to the C2 server IP from the compromised web server? I'm sure we'll get to that as we go through this course here. There's a lot of text here. Whew. Okay, I keep reading. Yeah, no. Let's update the search query to get the count of the resource. Yeah, we just did that. Quite interesting results. Reveals attempt to move by simply. Okay, now we get to the next one. SQL injection attack. Find the automated attack tool in its payload by using the query below. Yeah, I already noticed that there is SQL map stuff in here, which is a tool that you use for SQL injection attacks, and Havij or Havai is also used for that. So those are fun. Above results confirms the use of known SQL injection and specific attack strings like sleep 5. A 504 status code often confirms a successful time-based SQL injection attack. Very good. Exfiltration attempts. Search for attempts to download large sensitive files, backups, and logs. We can use the query below. So we're adding the... We're looking for backup.zip, logs.tar.zp, and we're making it a table. The results indicate the attacker was exfiltrating large chunks of completed log files using tools like curl, zgrab, and more. You can confirm the details about these connections in the firewall logs. I guess we're going there next. Requests for sensitive archives like logs.tar.gz and config indicate the attacker is gathering data for double extortion. In the logs, we identified some requests related to bunny lock and shell. PHP. Let's use the following query to see what those search queries are about. Source is web traffic, client is IP is redacted, and path in bunnylock.bin, shell.php, cmd equals star. So we're looking for two specific things here. Bunnylock.bin sounds like a crypto encryptor, or an encryptor rather. Excuse me. And the other one, what was it? Shell.php. That sounds like a web shell. So that's good. Above results clearly confirm a successful web shell. The attacker has gained full control over the web server and is also able to run commands. This type of attack is called remote code execution, or RCE. The extension of shell.php cmd equals /bunnylock.bin indicates a ransomware-like program executed on the server. Correlate outbound C2 communication. Now, this is also about C2, so we probably will see the answer to the next question in this part. We pivot to the search to the firewall logs using the compromised server IP 10.10.1.5 as the source and the attacker IP as the destination. Source type equals firewall logs, src, yeah, and destination, blah, and action equals allowed. Bar, table, time. I'm not going to do this quite yet. I want to see what they have us do next, because they're going to have us update this. And every time I have to do that, I have to stop my flow. So I'll do it later. This query proves the server immediately established an outbound connection to the attacker's C2 IP on the suspicious DEST port. The action equals allowed and reason equals C2_contact fields confirm the malware communication channel was active. Volume of data exfiltrated. We can also use the sum function to calculate the sum of the bytes transferred using the bytes_transferred field as shown below. If we need this exact query here, source type equals firewall_logs, source IP is this. Target, yeah, destination IP is redacted, and action is allowed, and then you get a stats thing again to make sure it's a nice little table. So let's, again, this is a query we should probably definitely run. I'm going to be doing that now. I'm going to, again, repaste this properly the way we're supposed to. Oh, that's a shame. I have appeared to make a mistake. Please hold. There we go. Okay, now we need to add the IP again. Make sure the redacted bit has been cleaned up, and then we can do the thing. What was that? Oh yeah, destination IP goes there. Okay, copy, paste that into the thingy. Go there into the search field, clear it out, and push the new stuff in. Let's see what we get.
Parsing job running. Complete check 285 events before 0.
285 events. Okay. But we asked for a sum, though. So how many sum? What is the sum of this? Let's see.
Try Acme Splunk Basics button. Correct answer. 198.51.
What have
No
we
clickable table with 2 rows and 2
received
columns out of table.
here?
Clickable. Clickable. Same page link as RCM up down arrow.
So source
Column 2, same page
IP,
link. Same page link, sum,
destination
bytes transferred,
IP,
up down arrow.
some bytes transfer.
Row 2 is RCM up down arrow.
Okay.
Column 1 10.10.1.5. Edge of table 10.10.
There's really only one
Each row up.
IP because we search by IP. So when it says so-and-so events, that doesn't mean so-and-so many rows. It just means so-and-so many events like hit the actual mark. And we're seeing a one row with a number that is 126,167 bytes transferred. That's also the answer, I'm pretty sure, to the next question. So let's plug that into the right field. And we get the nice little ding ding sound. We're almost done, guys. If you enjoyed today's room, check out the incident handling with Splunk room to learn more about analyzing logs with Splunk. And we finished the room. Now, if you want to read more, obviously there's a couple more things here, but this was pretty much the entire bit. There was a conclusion. There's like a nice story. But yeah, we could see who it was from the external IP, intrusion vector, the vector followed a clear progression. Like we get a whole entire brief essentially of what went wrong here. Is there more story to read or is this it? Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we finished this room. This is done. The video has been completed. I shall turn this off and start on the next one. All right. Everyone have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next video.